Hello, boys and girls. Today we're back at it again with episode 29 of the Overkill podcast. I am Meta, and I'm here with Kirby.
Yo, yo.
As always, I know, shocker.
Yep.
Thanks everyone that listened to last week's special guest episode. I really enjoyed making that one.
Yeah. That was awesome with our boy Zaniac.
It was. Unfortunately, to contrast it with this week, which is kind of sad, not much news. There's been a lot of drama. So this is probably going to be a drama episode, which I don't think we've done yet. There is a little gaming news in here, but honestly, there's just not much to talk about. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and let you probably lead off with this story here.
Yeah, so with Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I'm actually surprised that they're doing this, but they revealed the zombies gameplay map for Terminus. It's not a gameplay trailer. It's just it's just kind of a cinematic thing. Supposedly with Call of Duty Next, we're gonna actually get what the game looks like, and then even then we've had some leaks that have shown off that you can customize the HUD so you can make it look like classic World at War, you can make it look like Cold War, you can make it look what they're calling Black Ops 6 right there. You can customize the HUD fully, and that seems to be like a big thing that they're pushing this year with all the game modes. You're going to be able to move around the elements, which other games have done, and I always think it's a good thing to have more options. And yeah, it looks like, you have classic mechanics like Gobble Gum. It looks like you can get the Wonder Weapon out of the mystery box. You have Monkey Bombs as well. One other thing that I think is huge, and I know my boy Meta's gonna enjoy this. With the Easter eggs in this game, they're actually going to have it to where the maps are going to come out, and then there's going to be the Easter egg hunt that's normally happens with the community. But then after a month, they're going to come out with an update where it's a guided Easter egg mode, where you can go through and do the Easter egg and get the story without actually having to load up a YouTube video. And I think a lot of the YouTubers have kind of tried to, they've kind of tried to skim over it, because now their YouTube videos are going to become obsolete after a month, which, they kind of already did, right? But I think it's funny. I think a lot of the YouTubers are a little angry, but...
Yeah, I'm not too surprised, because they used to get a lot of views, and I don't know what the situation is now, but they used to get quite a lot of views off of the tutorial videos. I remember whenever Origins dropped, there was a ton of guides on how to get each staff, and some of these YouTubers would make a 10-minute video for each staff, and then they'd make a 10-minute video on pack-a-punching the staff, and then they would make another 30-minute video on the entire Easter egg. So and then it seemed like that trend kind of continued with each of the more complex maps going forward. So I can understand why they're mad. I assume it's also a bit of a gatekeepy thing. So not only is it they can't make content, but also it's supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to, you're supposed to want to jump off a bridge whenever you do these Easter eggs. And y'all know I don't support that. Kirby and I have gone back and played some Black Ops 3 zombies, and
the Chronicles
it's not as
maps.
bad. Yes, the Chronicles maps, the more simple maps.
Yeah.
I stayed up until 3 a.m. one time playing on Noct. So, yeah, we've gone back and we've played that. I guess eventually I'd try some of the more complex stuff. But just playing Origins, kind of took me back to that like time of like, how do I do half this shit, even though Origins isn't that bad. So I get
Yeah.
it. I'm really excited. They're gonna have a guided mode, and everyone else can enjoy their painful Easter egg hunting, and I will be guided through it. So you can suck it. I also saw they have a setting to turn off the spiders if you
Oh
have
yes. Yeah.
arachnophobia, and that reminds me a lot of like the no gore setting in like Black Ops 1, how like you couldn't make crawlers and stuff. So like
Yeah. I think.
it kind of seems like they're fleshing out some of the settings.
Yeah, they might still have that setting. I remember in Black Ops 3 it was called like the graphic content setting. I think they've always had that ever since like forever.
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah,
I thought in the future games,
the
I
arachnophobia is
thought
kind of
it.
interesting.
I thought you could still make crawlers with the graphic settings. It's just there was no blood, but maybe I misremembered.
Yeah. And we didn't see. I don't think we saw any spiders in the trailer. Maybe for like a few seconds. But I mean, that almost confirms that this map is basically going to be like, because it's a prison map, but it's like on an island. It's basically Mob of the Dead, like mixed with Zetsubo. So I'm assuming there's going to be spiders on at least Terminus Island. We're not sure about Liberty Falls, what that's going to be yet. But they also kept on saying this is round-based zombies. This is round-based. They emphasize that throughout this blog post. So that makes me think they might come out with like non-round-based stuff either in the future or maybe Liberty Falls isn't. I don't know, but
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm thinking they're gonna do. Oh my goodness, these cats are gonna drive me crazy. I was thinking they were going to do either like one map round based, another map non-round based, and either alternate or have like a Black Ops 2 setting, where like there's an alternate mode for the map. But maybe I'm crazy.
yeah, that I could see that.
I gotta deal with these cats. They gotta stop fighting. They're absolutely nuts.
Well, also I think the reason they might have emphasized like the round-based aspect of it is that they got the feedback from Modern Warfare 3 and from Vanguard and all the other like Call of Duty games where they haven't had round-based. And I think I mean everyone's has to have been telling them to like make it this way. So I think they're hopefully finally gonna get it right with this one. The only thing I hope for is that it's not too much like Cold War, because I feel like Cold War, a lot of the maps feel too samey. And so I hope they have some like unique elements in all the maps. But we'll have to wait and see.
We will. We will. I find that is a symptom of not having round based zombies. Is a lot of the maps do kind of blend together, because I don't know, the pacing is just so different without rounds. Each map feels so similar, but and I'm sure their data probably shows that too. Especially whenever they had competition with game modes like Warzone, and things like that.
Yeah.
I think that's logical to say, hey, why is no one playing zombies anymore?
Yeah.
I really like the look, and I'm kind of shocked that I'm saying this, but I really do like the look of zombies. It looks promising. It looks, I don't know, it just looks crazy good. Like the graphics on this game too. I normally don't care that much about graphics, but
I think the coolest thing is I believe it's gonna have. Oh yeah, they just showed off PhD slider. Yeah, it's gonna have all of the Black Ops Cold War perks. Plus, there's this new perk where it's. I think it's called like. Macchiato, I think, or something like that. And it's basically a melee perk because it has like 2 gloves and it makes your melee stronger. I'm assuming that's what it is. Um, and then as well as in the trailer, you can see that I'm assuming this is some sort of either gobblegum or maybe like a specialist weapon, but you can inject yourself and you turn into a mangler, um, which is pretty cool. And you can like shoot the orb thingy and you can like ram through zombies. It's really cool. I don't know. I don't know. How do you feel about, like, do you think in a zombies mode, do you think you should feel overpowered, or do you think there should be some like difficulty in progressing the rounds?
Oh, well, I don't know if we've ever discussed this before, but I think I've said to you many times that my favorite point in any zombies match is literally round 0 to like 10, more like 0 to 5, because I like not having anything. I like the struggle. I like not having a bunch of perks yet, and yeah, it's definitely my favorite. Cat, stop. Um, they are, dude.
They're
I'm
being
gonna
extra.
Dude, I'm gonna lose it. They're like hitting each other and chasing each other around. Oh my goodness. For those of y'all that don't know, I have 4 cats, and they are kind of forced to be in my room while we have some guests in the house here. And man, it drives me absolutely nuts having these 4 cats cooped up in here some nights. So yeah, I apologize. This mic probably helps though with keeping the sound of them making so much noise out of the audio. Yeah, I don't know. It looks really good. I always like a challenge. I don't like to feel overpowered in zombies. I get bored, and I usually just want to throw the game. What about you? I think you prefer to feel overpowered, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think I can kind of get the point of being like around 5, and there's a bunch of zombies and you don't have jug, and so there's like a chance that you go down. But I personally like the high round stuff, and it's like a PvE game mode, so I feel like if it's PvP it should be balanced, but obviously if it's PvE I think it shouldn't be. I think to a certain extent, like with Black Ops 4, there was like a challenge slider that you could make the game like harder, where like you only got 3 hits, or you could make the game where you got like 7 hits, and and like the zombies were weaker as well, and like that, well, to me was just so boring because it was mindless. I think there's like a good middle point. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
mean,
they hit that.
there certainly can be. I just think I prefer the challenge, and that's why I've always liked like games like roguelikes and stuff. And oh, here we go. The cat's back at it again. Anyways,
Yeah, I think that's enough about zombie. Well, actually, I guess this next story, it involves a zombies YouTuber.
oh boy. Now, I don't know much about this, so I'm going to let you take the lead. I think I have a bit of an idea, because I think this drama is a little old. Maybe the stuff that's come out is newer, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, it's been, I think, about like a week or two since the initial allegations against
okay, so this is a different... Okay, this is a
Lexify. Yeah, it's a different one. And basically his ex accused him of meeting her whenever she was underage. And he was like...
Okay.
I think he was like 19 and she was 16, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I understood from this. I heard 1917.
Which, I know for some people it can be kind of weird, but in some states there are like Romeo and Juliet laws where, obviously the adult can consent, but the minor has to get like their parents to consent for them,
Yeah.
which I don't believe happened. But Mr. T Lexify came out with some evidence that I think debunks that. But as well as she said that he was abusive, and basically, what else? Oh, like he bought her weed and like weed paraphernalia, um, which
Okay.
anyways, he made a response video like a week afterwards because he got so much hate. He actually like had a mental episode and they had to check him into the hospital. Um, and his lawyers are like preparing stuff, and he eventually comes out and he says he has proof that she was basically texting him and like stalking him whenever she was like 15, before he even knew her, and then like whenever she was 16 she was like obsessing over him. 17 she was like, she was really an instigator in a lot of this. And then I believe they didn't do anything until he was 18, is what he was saying. Um, Let me think. Oh, and as well as with the weed paraphernalia, it was actually her friends that bought her that, not him. And with the like abuse stuff, it was actually her. Whenever they got into fights, it was her that bit him, and he actually was not provoking it at all. He was trying to like get away
Okay.
from her, but she says
So
the opposite, right?
yeah. So I'll just come out and say I'll just end this here, and it's kind of why I laughed whenever you said it, because this normally isn't a funny situation. Um, Whenever you accuse someone of being a PDF file, but this reminds me a lot of the Call Me Carson stuff, where someone was 17 and the guy is always like 19. Usually it's always a guy and a girl, like 99% of the time. 17, 19, and then all these Zoomer kids turn this into a big issue, that in my mind doesn't even exist. Um, to me, like even a 3 year age gap of like 17, 19, that honestly, I don't even think this is a nothing burger to me. And I don't believe there's any drama here other than the fact that it sounds like this ex-girlfriend is the abusive one, and it's kind of projecting and just trying to get him canceled. I would assume she probably has some severe mental issues, and probably should get that checked out. That's all I got to say on that.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, there are times where it's strange if it's like, if it's like a 12-year-old and like a 15-year-old. That's creepy. But whenever we're in the age range of like, you know, 16 to 19, or like 17 to 20, like honestly, whatever. Like, I know here in Texas we have a 3 year Romeo and Juliet law, and even with that law, there are some provisions there that like you can still date, you just can't do anything intimate, So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I usually don't defer to laws for like morals, because I think laws are based off morals. Morals shouldn't be based off laws. But yeah, this is a nothing sandwich to me. And anyone that's trying to cancel him is not that bright. Probably is a big fan of socialism, and
Well,
probably
yeah.
stays on TikTok all day.
And there's
Unless
also
there's some
some.
allegations against him that are based on like some evidence.
Yeah. Well, there's some stuff that's also come out after the allegations. Her name is Pure Softy, and if you look her up, she's like your basic e-girl, emo looking kind
Pure
of goth
Softy?
GF, Pure Softy. And anyways, on one of her streams that she had, she actually, like, someone asked her about
Oh,
the
here we go.
allegations, and she actually like bragged about getting him canceled. Which, you know, I don't know. I've never been put in that situation, but I feel like as a person, I would never brag about anyone like getting destroyed, even if they were my worst enemy. I don't think that's the
Cringe.
right thing to do. But to me, uh, that kind of goes against her allegations, at least. Um, and I think one last thing to sort of cap it off. This kind of came out of nowhere, but all of Lex's friends basically turned on him, or at least his quote unquote, YouTube friends. Um,
Yeah, they
and
have to satisfy the Zoomers.
yeah, and it turned out that, well, he posted and he just came out and just said it straight up, but uh, Noah J456, his wife, I think they were at like some event, and Noah J actually ended up like cheating on his wife with her sister, and no one knew that until Mr. T Likes Fight came out with this video response with all the allegations. So he did kind of like randomly just hit Noah J with that, and I was like, yeah, that's wild, because no
Man,
one
my
knew.
guy.
It might have been like a thing that it came out, like it might have been a minor controversy like years ago. I'm not sure, but I didn't know until now, which that that to me is kind of funny. Anyway, oof, a
Damn.
lot of degeneracy going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking up pictures of this girl. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like for a while she was going through a Belle Delphine impersonator
Yeah.
phase here, with like cotton candy hair and like red stockings and all this. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, what do you think? I mean, I still think it's really nothing.
I
This
personally
is just
think
Zoomers losing their mind.
I personally think it was Mr. T Lexify. He probably doesn't have much experience in the realm of relationships, and he saw this girl that was like ecstatic for him, and I think he got into a relationship way too quick, and I think she has a lot of mental issues, and I think with that, I think it
I think
started
that
to
goes without saying.
I think it just started. I think it, and maybe both of them ended up contributing, but I think it was mostly her egging on stuff, and I think it was just a toxic relationship that I'm happy is over, at least, and hopefully both parties can go their separate ways.
Yeah, well, it certainly seems like she doesn't want to go separate ways. It seems like she wants to really drag him here. You know, I, I don't know. This reminds me of Call Me Carson. Like, I'll never understand why Carson got canceled either. And that's a very similar situation of like, just what is this? Like, what?
Yeah.
It's a 2-year age gap. Get over it, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a big fan of Romeo and Juliet laws because I always think stuff like this can ruin someone's life, and honestly, it's not that big of an age gap.
Yeah.
But clearly, we're in the age of cancellation, so I guess we'll move on. I always feel a little weird talking about drama, but we have Mr. Beast, another video drop from our boy Dogpack, and I'm sure y'all have already been integrated with this for quite a while already. But we have a gentleman that used to be in some videos with Mr. Beast, and he was essentially deprived in solitary confinement. He cries a lot about that. And then, of course, the previous week we had the video drop with the fake lotteries with the fake signatures, or the illegal lottery with the fake Mr. Beast signatures.
Yeah.
Everything else was kind of minor allegations. And then, of course, the weeks before that, we had the Chris Tyson drama, or whatever she goes by now. And so yeah, we're here today with the Mr. Beast empire falling down. I'll give the floor to you in a second, but I guess I kind of just want to say, like, if you're above the age of probably 13, you had to have known that a lot of his videos are fake. I think you would also have to be pretty dumb to not assume that he was holding money above some of these people's heads. I don't know. It's just the vibes he gives off. He's always made me uncomfortable as a person, like watching his videos, especially the ones where he's like, where he like feigns that he cares. He's like, oh, like he'll have people say, "Oh my gosh, I can pay off my student loan debt," and he's like, "That's awesome," and you can just tell he doesn't care. So I think if you have any like social, honestly, no, I really mean this. I think if you have any sort of social skills, or you're above the age of like 14, you kind of already knew this.
Yeah.
And once again, all this stuff just confirms it. But I don't know, maybe that's a nuclear take. What do you gotta say?
Yeah, I've never been much of a Mr. Beast guy. I always thought he was kind of cringe.
He's creepy.
Yeah, I bet I don't know, if I was younger, I don't even think I would like him. I think, like, he gives off this might be a nuclear take, but, like, back in the day, I never liked PewDiePie because he was, like, so loud and obnoxious and in your face. I feel like Mr. Beast is, like, is that, but like, in a different way. Like, but it's the same sort of, because like I think his is more like a visual thing, whereas PewDiePie was more of like a audio thing, right?
Yes, yeah.
Where it's just like obnoxious. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, I think I watched like a few of his videos. I mostly watched Joe Bartosley or whatever his name is react to it. And yeah, I mean, some of it, I thought some of like the charity stuff might have been real, such as like that one video where he bought that person a car with like only pennies, or only using pennies to buy a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I think the drama, I watched both drama videos, but man, the second one was really rough because that guy was like crying throughout it. I think the worst part was the fact that
The second one got me too.
yeah, the fact that, because I watched it on like, oh, let me think. I think it was like last morning. I went on a walk and I watched it and I was like, this is brutal. But the second part, he was talking about how he's in isolation and they have the lights on constantly, and he's like asking them, can I have the lights off for like just like 4 hours, because they have like 30 days to make this, and it's supposed to be like 100 days, which is already, that's like obviously stupid, so they're faking it, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean,
but like my guy just,
you do have to be silly to believe it's real, but yeah,
my guy just wants the lights off, and it turns out that he got like acute insomnia, and then later on,
sick.
he still has insomnia.
That's fucked up.
And so he doesn't know if this like spurred it on or not, but I mean that's really messed up if that is what actually caused.
I think it could.
I could see it too. We're not medical professionals, obviously, but
I am. No. Yeah. You know, just just what the fuck? Like, I always figured it was fake, and I always figured, you know, like it was obviously all a fucking show the whole time. But I tell you what, bro, I never expected it to like violate the fucking Geneva Convention. Just saying, it is illegal in war even to not give people a chance to fucking sleep. So, um, yeah, fucking awesome.
Well, I
But
mean
yeah, like I
that
said,
makes
I think
sense.
it's pretty obvious.
That makes sense if you're like interrogating, like if you capture someone and they're a prisoner of war, like you can't just let them go insane because then they're just gonna start spouting off random stuff.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
don't
you're not
sleep
gonna get
long
any
enough.
accurate info.
Yeah, but
You get nothing from that. So,
yeah, no, that's wild to me. But the other thing that I thought was kind of interesting was he was saying like the uh, the ice cream machine they had in there started smelling like mildew and like rotted
ugh,
ice cream, which ugh, that to me sounds gross.
fucking
And then like
gross.
the hot tub they had, I guess it didn't have any chlorine and there was no filtration system, so it started smelling like algae and gross, nasty like
Fucking gross.
bacteria. Like ugh, man, that to me is like
Mm.
wild. Like that they didn't think, oh yeah, we might need like a filtration thing and maybe put some chlorine in the water. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
yeah, I can't understand it. But yeah, continuing on this week's lovely drama, a lot of podcast drama, a lot of podcast drama. Some ordinary podcasts. So, going off of the Chris Tyson news, or Ava now, Ava Tyson. Um, there was news that came out that Ava was close to Shadman. And for those of you that don't know, Shadman is known for drawing Lolicon. And if y'all don't know what that is, I would just Google the definition. But essentially, he's most famous for drawing Keemstar's daughter, not exactly in a fully sexual way. His daughter was like 7 at the time, but in a very suggestive way. I believe it was like her holding an ice cream cone, and you can imagine what that looked like. Uh, so not a loved guy. He also went to school in, oh my goodness, I am just spouting fake news. I'm pretty sure Denmark.
That made me
In
puke.
the art,
That's gross. A little bit in my mouth.
yes, yeah, the art school that he was going to actually kicked him out. So in some countries, it's actually illegal to draw minors. And his art school kicked him out because they thought it was so disgusting. So yeah, Shadman, not a great guy. Anyways, long story short, Nux, one of my favorite guys on the Some Ordinary podcast, um, I guess a long time ago asked him for a collab, and he was going to grill him on some of his stuff. And of course, once again, we got that Gen Z Twitter Twinsy Twinsy Bird app coming at him saying, "Hey, what's up with this? Were you best friends with him?" And of course, he wasn't. But anyways, the Some Ordinary podcast, one of our favorite podcasts that we sometimes get stories from as well, is taking a temporary break. They are going. Muda and Caleb are going to turn it into an IRL podcast, and they're going to have Nux somehow, somewhere on a screen. But they're changing up the format, so they're going to be gone for a bit. But I just thought it was funny that all of this drama kind of ties together in a weird way. I don't know if you really have anything to say on that, but
No, I don't. I watch like some of the Ordinary Gamer videos, like if I just like bored out of my mind or whatever. Where I'll like I've seen him like go on the Locale Live podcast, but yeah, I don't know. I I never really I don't know Nux too much because I don't really watch the podcast that often. Um,
Oh, really?
but
Oh,
I do like
okay.
my guy Oompaville because he's got like 2 pugs. I
He
think
does.
and they're very cute.
They are very cute.
And he also makes some funny videos. So yeah, yeah. I don't think it really matters too much if someone like associated. I mean, I don't even know if he didn't really associate himself with Shadman, but I know a lot of people did back in the day, and I think you ought to have a little bit of forgiveness and realize like people change, and some people, some people at that time, I mean, were they were a lot younger, a lot dumber, and so they probably did maybe endorse him whenever they shouldn't have. Um, yeah,
Well,
that's my main problem with like the whole like Twitter cancellation and all that drama. And I don't think people actually get canceled, but uh,
no, really, you cancel yourself.
yeah, but like I think people just have to have forgiveness, and I don't think people have that anymore. Like in this world, people don't care for that.
No, that doesn't exist anymore.
But yeah,
But yeah, I mean, and honestly, I would have back then, especially knowing Nux, it makes perfect sense that he would want to grill him. And I've never been a fan of saying, "Hey, don't platform this guy," because I think you should platform people and then let them. How do I say that? Well, let them hang themselves essentially with their own noose or their own argument, right? So
yeah,
you let them come on and you give them the platform, and then everyone hears what they have to say, and they'll go, "Oh, that guy or girl is a nutcase," right? And then case closed. Um, but yeah, I know that's not how the internet thinks. So yeah,
interesting. So would you say
what?
you're like a free speech absolutist? Like, do you think you should?
Yeah,
That
I
is
know that runs into some issues, like argument wise, I know, but honestly, yeah, I've never been a fan of trying to censor people's speech. I think you give them a platform, and 90% of people will just say, "Oh, that person's a nut." I guess I have more faith in humanity than most people do, which, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm a nut.
yeah.
Maybe I'm not. I think people are smart enough. I think people are smart enough
Hmm.
to make their own determination.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be.
Maybe it's
Maybe
crazy.
I'm not like a free speech absolutist, but I think we should have like some common decency. And I don't know if we have that
I mean,
anymore.
yeah, but I
But
just don't believe in like not giving someone a platform.
hmm,
I think platforms have the right to ban people, but I'm saying like from person to person, if I wanted to bring on Andrew Tate, uh, I feel like there's a lot of horrid shit that he says that he probably shouldn't say. But I think bringing him on and talking to him is not like a cardinal sin, that like
okay, yeah,
it should get me canceled.
yeah,
I do agree. That's why I hesitate. Free speech absolutism is a very flawed I idea, I think. Um,
hmm,
but yeah,
yeah.
maybe we'll talk about that. I mean, well, we can talk about it right now if you want. But I
I
think you end up with just issues.
yeah. I mean, I think if you silence one side, the other side's gonna get angry, right? That's kind of the main problem that I could see with
Yeah.
but like I think there should be some sort of decency. Like in my opinion, I don't think you should be able to like post pornography on Twitter. I think that was a dumb decision by Elon Musk. I don't think you should be able to um, post like actual like racially hateful stuff. And what I mean is like posting like I hate a certain type of group, right? I don't think like you should be able to do that. But like I mean, you have to be like very specific in what you mean. I think sometimes like the problem that I have with some of those laws is like then people like will expand it to like anything, right? And so I think you have to have like some sort of like rule where it stops it from being like if I say, "Oh, I don't like this sort of characteristic in some people will like ban everything." Like, you know what I mean? Like you give people an inch and they take a mile with it, right?
Certainly. That's why I'm never a big fan of like banning people.
Fair enough.
I mean, cause I don't know. I think too it emboldens them. It's like whenever Alex Jones got banned, right? It basically his whole base. It made them stronger. It made them love him way more. It made them listen to him and hang on every word, just that much more. So, I don't know. It leads to issues whenever you deplatform someone.
Yeah. Well, I think that was enough on that topic, baby.
Yeah, we beat that one.
Let's talk about this Boogie2988. He had another freak out. I mean, this is like
My guy's going extra lockout.
This isn't bi-weekly. What is it, like 2 times a week? I don't know what that's called.
This is
like it happens like every 4 or 3 days.
I've heard bi-weekly used both ways. I had like an hour-long conversation with someone on this once if it was bi-weekly for 2 times a month or twice a week. I don't. But yeah, he's losing it. He faked that he had a more serious cancer. It was a blood cancer, and Destiny exposed that he was kind of faking that it was the more serious kind, the kind that could kill you, and not the benign kind that does nothing. So yeah, and ever since then he's been kind of in the hot seat. And I guess what happened is he is not getting paid this month for his work on the Lolcow podcast. I know you and I were big into lolcows, and at first, whenever this podcast was put together, I wasn't even sure that Boogie is a lolcow. But the more and more I listen to this,
dude,
I think Boogie is a lolcow, like full force now.
He's been like a lolcow, I think, since like 2018, since like the Frank Castle drama where he like went out, yeah, where he shot his gun in the air and got a charge. My guy's a hardened criminal, by the way.
Oh yeah, my guy goes hard.
So I looked it up. Bi-weekly is whenever if it occurs two times a week, and bi-monthly is every other week. So technically, gotcha. It is bi-weekly. He has a freak out. So, yeah, I actually watched this freak out while driving this morning to get some food.
Curse.
And it was so funny. I know, dude. Watching two obese men like argue over getting paid.
Titties flapping. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just one obese man, but it was so funny. I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel like Keemstar is never gonna leave the show because he said he was gonna leave it, but he's like never leaving. I don't think.
No, Keem is in a way. Is like his own form of lolcow at this point. A lot of the episodes with Keem, I used to not be able to watch because he would sit there and just bully them, and even sometimes I struggle to watch them now. Keem knows how to farm, and he's always farming. He's always playing Farmville for them subs, for them juicy subs. And so, like, I think he said he was going to leave as a stunt, and I think he'll say it again. I mean, he's wearing a "Make America Great Again" hat right here on the podcast. If you don't think he's trying to farm anger, then I don't know what you think.
Oh, I thought it was his own brand hat. I thought it was like make like drama alert great
No,
again or something, or make I don't or make drama
it's just
great
flipped
again.
around because the webcam.
Yeah, yeah. Now I see it, dude. I was also watching it on my phone, so I couldn't really zoom in. But yeah, no, it's to me. I've actually really gained a lot of respect for like Wings of Redemption because he like actually says some like genuinely smart things to Boogie and like has given actual advice to him. Whereas like I feel like he is kind of his own like he's like his own he's maybe he's like a successful lolcow, right? Where he like basically instigates events because that's all he did on Drama Alert, and so I think that he knows how to get people to like freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, and he's quit his regular, like, news, quote unquote drama news show.
yeah.
He just does it on Snapchat now.
Oh, oof,
And that takes like a hot 10 seconds. He just does like little 10-second clips.
oof. Yeah, Snapchat.
So he now has all the time. Yeah, he now has all the time in the world to plan out his master plans.
My favorite
I
is
make him sound like a genius, but he's not.
yeah. No, he's not. But my favorite is how Boogie's like he sends him the thing, and they're like, "Wait a minute, it says 9,000. How do you not have enough for the next month?" My guy has 9,000 in his bank, dude.
Shit, I wish I had 9,000 in my bank.
I know,
Anyone
dude.
want to send it my way? Shit. Um.
I think that's the thing is like Boogie still gets like a kickback from like all those old videos.
Yeah, I mean,
And if
it's
he
just because he wants to buy more food and fucking weed now.
oof,
Uh,
he smokes.
yeah, him and his girlfriend smoke a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
she's a big fan of pot, so
Oof.
I'm sure a lot of it goes to that.
I didn't know that, but yeah, Boogie, if he was smart with it, if he just like put it away in a savings account, bro, he literally could have paid off everything, but no, my guy went into the crypto, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a... Okay, if any of y'all listening now are crypto bros or into crypto, y'all give up. It's over. The train has left the station. You no longer will get rich. Give it up. It's all a scam. Go make money somewhere else. Anyone that invests in it, I never feel any sympathy, in Boogie especially.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin was like a 1 in a million thing. It's not gonna happen again.
No, for a while I had like whenever the GameStop stuff was going on, I was trolling and I threw in like I think it was like $100 into Dogecoin.
Oh yeah,
And because of all the fake hype, it got all the way up to $2,000.
like
I should have took it out.
Elon
I
Musk
took it out.
wasn't Elon Musk gonna just like say it on TV or something? Dogecoin.
Well, so he did. So it was at 2,000, and then he went on SNL dressed up as Wario and promoted it, and it dropped. It went like the like 200 or $100 I put in was like it was down to like fucking like $50 overnight because he said something. So he was trying to boost it, but he just fucked it. And obviously that's not a good example because that was a meme shitcoin. But yeah,
Wow.
just go do something else with your time. Yeah, Boogie's losing it. I remember you and I used to go to a convention and see Boogie once a year, back whenever he wasn't so cringe, and he actually made videos about games before he made videos like fat baiting and baiting his surgeries and how sad his life is, which I never watched because sorry, I'm not going to listen to a 10-minute video of you crying about how fat and sad you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Fix
The
it.
the problem with the going to the conventions was he like had the same routine every time, and so it just kind of got old.
It
And
never
as
changed.
well as like as well as like the last time we went, he genuinely like just looked, and the room just had this eerie sense of just sadness. Like it, I don't know. It didn't feel like, because like the first time we went, it was in 2015. He was like still a big YouTube star. It was like way
Mm.
before all the stuff about him like paying for sugar mamas and whatever, or like sugar
Sugar
daddy.
babies.
Yeah. All that stuff came out, and so he wasn't like a lolcow. He didn't have that status to him. Uh, and then like as the years went on, as we went to like the convention less and less, and then like the last time we went, it was just so rough watching him.
Oh, dude, that was tragic. So, and who is that guy that does the Switch videos with the long hair?
Wood him up or something? Wood.
Yeah, yeah, whatever. That guy was there, and yeah, if you want to look him up. And I remember his room was full, and you and I sat the last time we went. You and I sat for his panel, and then Boogie came in, and literally 5% of the people were left. So there was literally like 10 people in the room, and I don't know, like, and you and I were up front, and I remember asking him a question just to be nice, but man, it was so sad. It was so sad
Oh, beat him
because
up.
it went
Beat him
from
up.
yeah, beat him up. It went from
I think his real name
it
is
went.
Wood. That's what it is.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it went from like his same speech that he would give with energy and having a full room to like 8 to 10 of us in a silent conference hall, him telling the same story, saying it way more sad, and just it was so awkward. I had to ask him a question. He used to post those on his channel. I don't think he did that year. Maybe he did,
I
but
don't
he
think
used to
so.
post.
I looked for it and I couldn't
Um,
find it like weeks after we went.
yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
It.
It was just sad, man.
I
We
th-
saw the downfall like in real time in Boogie's face.
yeah, but I think that was before he met his girlfriend, because I don't think his girlfriend was there. But
No.
um, but yeah, no, it was crazy. I mean, you just had to be there because like it was so funny because like after beat em ups like talked, the room just like it was just a mass
hear it, it was so
migration. Like everyone left, and then it was just me and Meta, and then like one random autistic kid, and that was it. And it was
Yes.
it was rough.
Yeah, I might have been generous saying there was 8 people, but I genuinely, in my
I think
head,
it
I'm
wa-
remembering 4.
I think it. No, I think there was like 8 people. I think there was.
Okay, because there was
Because it was a
there
big
the-
room. Because like this convention had like expanded. Because it used to just be in like
Mhm.
the convention area, and then like they built another building that had like bigger rooms for like
Mhm.
presentations and stuff like that.
Well, in
Yeah.
this convention, also I'd put a lot of money into esports too, in that
Oh, yeah.
same venue. But yeah, weren't they renting out the hotel next door or no?
I don't think so. I think it was a hotel.
My thinking is something different. No,
Maybe it
no,
was.
no.
I
It
don't
was
know.
the same hall. It was the same convention hall. You're right. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think there was 8 people. It was just us and the clearly autistic
Yeah.
were speaking up. But it was sad, and I think that's the last year he went.
Yeah, I don't. He might still go. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, we haven't been back.
oof. Anyways, I guess you can take on this next story, baby.
Sure. No, I don't know too much about these games, or at least Gamescom's coming up, and they're showing off Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows. I do believe Star Wars Outlaws is a single player story game. Now, I might be talking out of my butt, um, but it looks single player to me.
Oh yeah, I believe Star Wars Outlaws. That is like the game that is. It's only single player, I believe.
It certainly looks like it, and every time I see it, it looks like it's a story-based game. And that's really cool because with the recent Battlefront games, they've been pretty disappointing. So I think Star Wars going back to its roots and making a story game is definitely awesome. The Star Wars game on the N64 is sick, and that's probably the last one I played that is like similar. They had the MMO, and that wasn't anything like this. I think this is a standalone story. And then, of course, we have Assassin's Creed Shadows with the DEI Black Samurai. Hey, that rhymes. And the Asian chick that they had to put in because otherwise they would be accused of I don't know, cultural vulturing or something of like Japanese culture. I'm not too sure, but something like that. Anyways,
Yeah.
It looks cool. It looks like, honestly, it looks like an Assassin's Creed game. I know we won't be buying it because Sweet Baby, I believe, did do work on it.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I mean,
did.
people have
I thought
speculated
so.
on that, and I almost guarantee it. I don't even,
Well, they did on the previous ones, right?
yes, I believe on a couple of the previous ones.
Or they've been shown to work closely with
Ubisoft, at least, yeah.
Ubi. Yeah, so I think it's almost guaranteed. I think the only game that well, maybe I'm wrong. The only game that Ubisoft has made that they haven't touched is probably Rainbow, but I'm not too sure. There's been a lot of interesting characters added to that game.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, supposedly Star Wars Outlaws, I'm looking at gameplay from Jack Frags. It's an open world game. And
It looks really cool.
It's single player. That's what I mean, yeah. It's open world single player.
If it's just single player, honestly, I might not mind it. I don't know if I'd ever buy it, but
Definitely have to look into that
yeah,
one.
so
I thought about getting AC Shadows because I'm kind of been like wanting to play like an Assassin's Creed game again. But I go back to Black Flag and I'm like, this is just the pinnacle of the series, and why would I?
honestly,
buy
Black
another
Flag's
one?
so good.
Yeah.
Have you played? You haven't played Valhalla or the Greek one, right? What was
No.
the Greek one?
Odyssey? No.
I played Odyssey. Honestly, Black Flag's better.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. The series is just not what it used to be. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's okay. Whatever, dude. I think what made Black Flag so interesting is like the different gameplay. Obviously, the pirate ships, the theming. I think they were better at like placing enemies, and kind of the stealth system was better. It seems like in these newer games, I know in Odyssey, trying to play stealthy is an option, but it never works well. So, I feel like they've lost a lot of their identity.
Yeah. I feel like a good AC game has kind of a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I don't know. You want to go on to the next one, boy?
Yeah, I suppose. I was going to say something, but you know what? It's not important. Bethesda. They have had QuakeCon come and go, and the most important story that I took from that is they are doing an enhanced edition of Doom and Doom 2 on Steam. They are a $10 bundle on Epic Games, PlayStation, Xbox Store, and Nintendo eShop. Oh, and it is on Steam. It looks good. It's literally a remaster. It also seems to have Doom 2 Master Levels, Evolution, the Plutonia, No Rest for the Living, Sigil, Legacy of Rust, some other stuff. I don't know what all those are, but I thought they were like little bonus levels in Doom 2, but maybe I'm wrong. It looks great, and I've been playing a lot of Doom 64 on my Switch. So I would be very excited to play these, but I think I already own the unremastered version, so maybe I'll just play that one first. I don't know. This one seems to support 16 by 9, 60 frames per second, and 220 frames per second in 4K, so there is some benefits to this.
Oh yeah, I thought in the
You
trailer
played
it
the
said
Dooms?
1080p.
Have you played the original Dooms?
Oh, and up to 120 in 4K. Oh, on supported hardware. Oh, so maybe like PS5 and Xbox Series X, and I guess PC probably.
Da Vinci.
I see. And then on Switch, it's probably just 60, 1080. Okay. Yeah. I remember I played a little bit of Doom on your Switch. I think you let me play it for like, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes. I didn't play it for too long because honestly, I'm not a big like Doom guy.
Ooh, no pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the fact that you can't like aim up and down and how it's like only sideways. That to me is like kind of weird. And it's just like way before the era of, in my opinion, where it's like the golden first person shooters, you know? Or at least what I would consider that. Because I know there's some like guy who's like, oh, Doom's the pinnacle, and you know what I mean?
I mean, I think the modern Dooms are much more of a
Yeah, I enjoyed Doom 2016.
like spectacle of gaming.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'll say the saddest thing about Doom is I own almost every Doom game on Steam and on my Switch and on Xbox, because they go on sale so frequently for like $5 for like the originals, and then the new ones. I mean, hell, 2016 and even Eternal right now, they're selling for $5 on Steam. Like, they literally give these games away, and I just haven't played them. I've only played like 64 and some of the originals, so yeah, kind of sad. Oh, I've already added the remasters of Doom 1 and Doom 2, so there you go.
Yeah, I played a bit of Doom 2016. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's just not like even the new ones. Just, I don't know. For me, it's just not like a series that I enjoy.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Probably most because I
Yeah.
don't enjoy like single player first person shooters as much as multiplayer ones.
Yeah, there's definitely a vibe to it, and in the new ones, I think, I don't know, there's just something you really have to like commit to killing things. Like, you have to like shoot them and then melee them, or you have to like shoot them twice. Like, I don't know. There's just, it's like it takes forever to get through certain levels. So I do like the older ones a lot more than the newer ones. Why does it say August 2007 on this remaster? Interesting.
I think
it says it was released in 95. Interesting. I already own Doom 1 and Doom 2. So did they make it an update? I guess it must have been an update to the original Dooms? Yeah, I guess I just updated it on Steam to support 4K. Alright, I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's even more awesome. Cool, so I already have it.
I think my favorite thing was like one time I was looking up like can Christians play video games, and this one guy was like, yeah, they can, especially, or he's like, one guy was like, or he was asking the question because he was on Reddit and he's like, well, I like to play Doom a lot, and this one guy was like, well, dude, the Doom guy is literally, it says in a journal, he's a faithful and or yet long-suffering Catholic based. with a strong belief in God, having attained to 4
Oh,
years of Catholic school, attended 4 years of Catholic school, based.
damn! And now he's going through and killing demons. Damn! I gotta play more Doom.
I know, bro. You gotta get
That's way
sanctified.
too fucking bad, dude. You better, bro. Saying you hate Doom, you going to hell or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we can move on. So
Yeah.
Destiny 2,
Destiny
and Bungie,
Ooh,
Bungie.
Bungie.
Yeah, Bungie. They have laid off. At the end of July, they have laid off 220 employees. That is 17% of its workforce. The CEO, Pete Parsons, had allegedly spent more than 2.4 million on vintage cars over the past 2 years, and it came to light that he was hoping they could avoid layoffs by nailing the final shape expansion. That's what he alleged, but apparently they were going to happen no matter what. So it seems like everyone in the company was lied to. It seems like my guy is rolling around in old cars, allegedly. And yeah, 220 people got fucked. There is a lot of heat on this because Destiny has been milking, and I mean milking, its fan base, its supporters, us, for a short while. We actually left because it got so disgusting to try and play Destiny 2 without getting a microtransaction shoved down your throat. What do you got? You got thoughts? You concerned? Is this not surprising? What's up?
I mean, bro, this is not surprising because, like, the last, what, 2 Destiny expansions have been pretty dog shit from what I remember. Or from what I've heard. And I think the CEO, I think he's just trying to kind of spend the money. I think, you know what it might have been? Is it might have been that Bungie got acquired by Sony, right? And I think he might have just taken that money and spent it on vintage cars. That might have been what it really was. But I the reason I laugh, it's obviously terrible that these people got laid off. I hope they got good severance pay, which I doubt they did, because it's the video game industry. But I mean, is this surprising anymore? We're seeing constant layoffs. We're seeing one of the worst economies. And
yeah, I mean,
I think
we knew things were gonna go down.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing that I saw was like I think they expected like a certain amount of job growth, like in the 100,000s, and it was only in like the hundreds for July.
If.
But yeah,
man,
I mean, are we really surprised? These big companies, they're gonna lay off the little guys first, and then
yeah, of course. I mean, it's sad. Bungie's not what it used to be, but we really can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it just shows that they're struggling, and I think Destiny 2 is suffering. I don't know if there'll be a Destiny 3, and if there is, it probably won't be looking good. I think they'll be going to a subscription model, and they'll probably be keeping in all the microtransactions, and by then the game will truly be dead. Yep, that's my guess. That's my hypotheses, but maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about this next story. You want me to take it, or you got it? I know quite a bit.
I don't play Cult of the Lamb, so you can probably take it.
Cult of the Lamb. If y'all have not played this, if y'all have played Binding of Isaac, you need to play this. It's not the same. In fact, it's very different from Binding of Isaac, but it's very similar at the same time. If that makes any sense. I have to say, This DLC is pretty cool. So what you do is they're adding in a bunch of character models and stuff and all that extra bull crap. But what's really exciting is there is a comic mode where you literally play through like comic strips, and you can do like a pick your own adventure style game where you pick your adventure and then you get thrown into a level and you have to fight all the baddies, and then it continues the story on in the comic, and I think that's super sick. Um, I don't know. I'm just excited. The game doesn't lack content right now. Um, but it's definitely welcome to have something this unique in a game. I've never seen a game where you play through comic strips and actually fight. So, and it fits the style of this game perfectly. It's coming out August 12th, so real soon. I won't buy it when it comes out, but you know, that's just me being cheap. It looks great. Looks great. Looks great. I don't know. I mean, I'll keep glazing it if I need to. Also, if you've never
It looks
watched
like a fun
the
game.
trailers for Cult of the Lamb, the art style and the art is just so smooth. Um, it's just a beautiful game. The whole idea, I guess, we'll summarize it in the whole piece, is you are running your own cult, and you do things like have rituals and prayers, and you basically keep your followers happy, you keep them well fed, you keep them from getting diseased, and this whole time you're going through randomly generated levels to defeat different demons, essentially, to become the head, the head, I guess, like powerful demon, not really demon, but like head leader or whatever. And you have to slay all the demons to get there. So it is a little dark, but I really like it.
Wow. That
Was
is
that really
dark.
rambling?
That is
Yeah.
so dark.
Yeah, if you play Binding of Isaac, it's not that shocking, but it
That's
is
fair.
shocking.
That's fair.
There are pentagrams, and there is a lot of dark imagery, but it is tongue in cheek in a lot of ways. They know it's very heretical, but they really, I would say, handle it very well. Nothing is like super serious. You even whenever you sacrifice one of your followers to like gain more faith in you, even that sequence is like not taken seriously.
Yeah. I mean, they say it in the description. It says alongside the Holy Alliance update, unholy. So yeah, they obviously know it's like pretty wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what their leanings are, but I don't have an issue with it. I think
No.
I'm fairly Christian.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a game I gotta try, and maybe I'll get the DLC with it. But yeah,
Oh,
to
I
me,
think you would like it.
To me, it looks the art style at least. It reminds me of like Gravity Falls mixed with like Adventure Time, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know if that like makes sense at all, but that's kind of what I get from it because it kind of has that
No,
like, cutesy.
100%.
I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's kind of cutesy, and then it has like that more adult Adventure Time.
Mixed with Binding of Isaac, maybe.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe those three
yeah.
together. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Breeze.
That's it. Thank
Yeah.
y'all for listening to this long one. I
It's
thought
been
we
a
wouldn't
pretty-
have a lot to talk about, but
Well,
wow,
the drama.
we really rambled. Really yapped it up.
Yeah, the drama was quite a lot
Yeah.
with this
I'm
podcast.
gonna let you close it out.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't get any drama, boys. Hopefully there's no more drama. Hopefully there's more gaming news, because that's the whole reason we did this more drama style episode, because there's really nothing going on with gaming. I mean, it's the basic stuff.
So sad.
You know, layoffs and I don't know, random announcements. I don't know, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been your boy Kirby and Meta. Peace.
Peace.